going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, Duke got a few wins after their Gonzaga loss in Maui. Yes, it was against Indiana, who they have a top freshman in Romeo Langford, I believe his name is. Pretty good guy, kind of more of a viral sensation guy, but still is pretty good, but didn't have enough against Zion Williamson that night. And then a few days later, Duke had another win against Stetson, who actually played USC a few weeks ago too, which is kind of crazy that they're going after those top teams, but they did get blown out by a 50 plus, so that's always nice to see that Duke is consistently being great against the crappier teams. That's always nice. And then the Lakers, they had a few games here and there that they're winning and losing, a little bit of a couple game losing streak, but finally got back on track the other day against Indiana. So that was good to see. They had a big lead and then it kind of came down to the end, but luckily they were able to get that W. And then also just the other day, I believe it was yesterday, that they beat my brother-in-law's Phoenix Suns. Sorry about that, Nate. But yes, they got the W there, and it was actually the opposite. They were down by a lot in the beginning, and then they came back and won by like almost 20 or 30. So that's a little surprising to see, but good enough that hopefully they can continue. I believe they got San Antonio coming up, so that should be a good matchup either way. And yes, I know some of my family is and are Pittsburgh Steelers fans, but sorry about the Chargers winning yesterday on Sunday Night Football, 33-30. I wasn't watching the game technically. I was just getting updates on my phone here and there every like 20-30 minutes, and that seemed to be enough, even though it just kept like being tied or coming down to the end or some crazy plays happening. And yeah, that was some pretty bad. I think it was 3 straight basically offsides plays that the Pittsburgh Steelers had that kept giving the Chargers 5 more extra yards to kick the field goal at the end of the game, or to end the game. But the last one didn't count because the field goal was good. But yeah, very crazy game. Luckily they were able to get that W over there on the road, because most likely whether the Chargers are playing at home or on the road, it's gonna feel like a road game even at their home place as well too, because none of the Chargers fans come and show out support for them. But good W. They're 9-3. Hopefully this can continue. And like I said before, even if they make the Super Bowl, I'm just gonna watch the commercials. I can't watch the game because obviously something's working here. And then also in the news about this ex-Texas Tech head coach Kliff Kingsbury, he could become the offensive coordinator for USC. He's a very intriguing guy because last few quarterbacks he's mentored, and whether he was a coordinator or when he was the head coach at Texas Tech, before it was Johnny Manziel, so obviously you could see the success they had together. But then also he had Patrick Mahomes, who's killing it right now for Kansas City in the NFL, and he was just even better in college as well. So pairing him with a JT Daniels, a guy who from a system in high school was always just throwing the ball around constantly, and that's just the way he's better off playing, then it would be a match made in heaven. Plus, if USC decides to let go of Clay Helton within the next year or two, then that guy is perfect enough to be there in that system for a year or two and take over the head coaching job. You don't have to go searching for another guy. But he is getting a lot of other college head coaching jobs or even NFL. I mean, and just yesterday, I believe the Green Bay job came open as well, and I just think that's more of a perfect fitting for him, just because he'll be with Rodgers, who wants a head coach and an offensive coordinator guy who's willing to let him throw the ball whenever he wants and call any plays. So pretty sure that's probably what's going to happen, which sucks, but he would be a great hire for USC. And as of last night, the USC Trojans did get a 3-star offensive lineman out of Narbonne over here in Southern California. He's an offensive lineman, and they say he's a lot better than the 3-star he's been given. So maybe he might go up to a 4-star, but he's definitely a well-rounded player, and definitely glad to have him on the team. You could always definitely use depth on your offensive or defensive line. So hopefully we'll hear some more news, because a lot of really good players coming in from high school next year visited USC on official and unofficial visits. So it should be interesting to see, and they all went well. So it'll be awesome to hear that we got a few of those guys. And then also we have both Boogie Ellis and Wendell Moore signing their official letters of intent to Duke. So it's official. They basically can't go anywhere, and it's pretty obvious that a lot of these freshmen at Duke right now are going to leave, and those guys could be plugged in as starters too. So it's going to be awesome to see those guys next year. Glad that they're on our team. And then also there was like a thing about a week or so ago that LeBron went on Instagram and was hoping that Coach K would still be at Duke when his son is available to go to college. And obviously it's a little bit of marketing for him to go over there. It kind of seems like all the stars are lining up that he will be, but then again, you never know. By that time, the college kids, or I'm sorry, high school kids will be able to go to the NBA automatically and not have to go to college for 1 year anymore. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be happening by that time. Yes, even though USC basketball did lose their last game, before that they were on a pretty good win streak against Long Beach State, Bakersfield, and Missouri State, I believe, that they won a few weeks ago. So it's good. Hopefully they did blow that lead against Nevada, who's the number 5 ranked team in the nation this last weekend. So hopefully they'll get back on track and definitely be able to get another statement win on their record coming up. And then also the Anaheim Ducks are kind of slowly building a little bit of a win streak. They have won 5 of the last 6 games, which is pretty crazy because before, whenever I was reporting, there really wasn't much to report, but now they've been on a nice little win streak and against some pretty good teams too. So hopefully it can continue, but you never know, because whenever I talk about them, then usually some bad stuff happens. But let's keep on going. The USC women's soccer team, they did get a win also in the second round of the playoffs against LSU, but they did lose 4-5 on penalty kicks the next game to Florida State. So their season ended prematurely, but congrats to them. They had a great season. Hopefully they can come back next year strong. Then the women's volleyball team were an 11th seed, surprisingly, but they did get a pretty easy schedule in my opinion. So they won 3-0 against Samford, but they did face University of San Diego and lost 3-0, which is kind of surprising because they should have cleaned up there. But, you know, congrats to them. It was still a very fun, interesting season for them, and hopefully they can come back strong as well. They do have a lot of younger players there. Then the men's water polo team, they did face UCLA in the playoffs and got I believe it was like a 1-point victory against them. So that was cool. And then they got into the championship game and they beat Stanford, I believe it was, by 2 points. And they were the national champions of the men's water polo. So that's really cool. I believe it's like their 10th in their history, so that's awesome. Congrats to them. And yeah, it's another championship for USC. As I last checked, the USC women's basketball team, right there I see them on a 5-game winning streak, but they might have not even lost in the season so far. So that's really cool. They're definitely dominant this year. So it's great to see. So hopefully it can continue for them this season. But thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, and have a great rest of your day.